A very good evening to one and all. I, Ruby Gill, welcome all the attendees and our prestigious speakers on the behalf of Lovely Professional University for today's webinar on the topic Opportunities in Higher Education in EdTech Era. So attendees today, you'll savor a feast of knowledge from our revered speakers. So allow me to introduce them. Dr. Vijay Kumar, Professor and Deputy Dean, School of Education, Lovely Professional University. A dynamic and highly skilled educational leader with an experience of 20 years in the field of education. He has published 116 research papers in renowned journals and books and presented 35 papers in national and international conferences and seminars. His research area is mainly focused on emotional intelligence, self-regulated learning strategies, socially disadvantaged groups, academic monitoring and motivation. He has guided more than 75 master's dissertation and 7 PhD theses. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. I humbly welcome our alumni of highest caliber and repute, Ms. Naina Sharma, currently working as principal in Loyola Convent School, Nalanda, Bihar. Student of batch of 2012 of Masters in Education. She's also the student of Bachelors of Education from Lovely Professional University. She's an enthusiastic educator with passionate commitment to student development and learning experience. Currently, she holds the position as the principal of Loyola Convent School, Nalanda, and she has also worked as principal in St. Lawrence School, Bhawanpur, Vaishali as well. So thank you so much for joining us today. In addition, we have our admission expert, Mr. Pankaj Vij, Assistant Director, Head, Department of Tie-ups, Division of Admission, Lovely Professional University. He holds a master's degree in management with a keen interest in area of training and development. He's having an experience of more than 20 years in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and operations. He has occupied strategic positions in multiple organizations of repute. And attendees today, he'll give you an insight of eligibility, fee, and scholarships, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to that, he'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, sir, for joining. And with this, we'll begin our today's webinar. So over to you, Dr. Vijay Kumar, for the content of the day.
Thank you, Ruby. Dear audience, for today's webinar, this is focused on the master's programs that are available in the field of education. So we have come up with the new topic for this day, opportunities in higher education in the EdTech era. Now this topic is very relevant in the sense that we are going to be in a kind of an environment where not many EdTech companies are grooming, and more new companies are coming into the scene. Just wait. And new companies are coming up for the more and more number of understanding on this thing. And we are finding there is a, in terms of the investments, in terms of the market size, in terms of the subscribers, the things are moving very fast. Within a very few years span, we are finding the number of companies coming up in the EdTech space has increased. The number of investment that has gone has also increased by more than $3.5 billion. And also we are finding in that number of users has increased up to 90 million. And if we find out the number of users, So we find that there are more number of people now than the those who are having the paid subscriber base. Ruby ma'am, please see to you on your side. There is a noise coming in. Right.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Now, in the EdTech years, these years, we are finding that the mergers and the acquisitions by different companies is increasing, and as a result, we find that number of deals also going up very high. Such is the scenario that the amount that is going into the acquisitions and investments, which was $191 million, has increased up to $3,772 million. Now, this tells us that the edtech is an sector which is going to increase its presence in the educational sector. And we are finding this boom going on, having a great amount of coverage in the news industry. We are finding it that there is a lot of change in the education industry in India, just because we are one of the youngest nation, and also is a nation which is a very wide in terms of the internet coverage and also the internet speed that is there. And we find that all the principals, those who are into this era of NEP, we find that the edtech space is growing up at a very great speed, and it is going to stay in the education sector. Now, what does this tells us? This tells us that as teacher educators or educators, we must be knowing about the edtech in our times to come when we are going to come out of the program. So this is one area which is going to make you understand for or as a possible career in the edtech industry. Now, coming to the university, what focus we have come up in as a result of the pandemic that was there. We are a university which was open, which has not stopped learning for its students and also for its faculty. We are a situation have been rapidly shifting to the online learning, and as a result we have been able to engage our learners into the learning environment, and they had continued their learning in the edtech space. We have completed the online internships in the of 6-month internships of the students through this online platforms, like we are using the my class platform of the university management system, which helps to deliver lectures, tutorials, practicals, and everything. So with the simulated environment, we have been able to cultivate the online teaching skills of our learners. We are also able to make our learners to collaborate virtually using the different edtech tools. The students had used them as to create their documentaries, do the role plays, making the group dramas, etc. And meanwhile, learning the skills for video editing through different softwares. The practical training has also been not stopped, and we have found the alternatives to do the analysis or for other kind of things. For example, Fedina had been being used to train the learners for the school management. SPSS is being used through for data analysis. Similarly, Google Forms for data collection, and GPower for making the sample size calculators. Now, this all has made us understand that the learning is possible in online space, and that is the new future coming up, and we have to be ready for that. Apart from that, we have been able to do the community engagement activities, case studies, projects, tours with the help of different NGOs and other agencies. We have been continuous in our conferences and workshops and seminars with our students through online space. We are having inspiring ecosystem in our in terms of infrastructure that is coming up in terms of well-equipped labs and resource centers. Our department is having well-equipped computer labs, language lab, yoga lab, psychology resource center, science and mathematics resource center, research resource center, and educational technology or ICT resource center. We are having the databases like JGate, EBSCO, Jester, Springer, EPWRF. Now, these resources help the researchers to find out the new areas of research and also get to know about the all journals either they are in the e-form or in the physical form, that are available on the databases in order to know about the trends going on in a particular area throughout the world. The Our library is subscribing to 123 e-journals along with the 1,49,252 e-books in the field of education. The total number of books that are available in the library are 26,540. There are 16 journals coming up, 7 newspapers daily and 1 weekly newspaper. There is a sitting capacity of 100, and also there is a digital section in the library wherein you can scroll through the digital aspects of either the databases or the InflibNet or the Shodhganga, any of the resources you can go through. Now, if I talk about the brief statistics about the school, we are established in 2003. We have more than 300 plus students placed in the government jobs. There are more than 300 plus seated qualified students after 2015. 400 plus internship case studies have been conducted. 20 plus conferences and workshops have been conducted by the department. The 225 plus research publications have been achieved by the faculty in a very short span, that is in Scopus all or UGC listed care listed journals. There are 200 plus live projects being conducted, 7,000 plus graduate students, 50 plus international students being part of this, and 75 plus PhD students are enrolled into the PhD program. The educators, our educators had not shied away from the edtech sector, and they have got placements in the edtech sector and had been in as different roles, or either as subject matter experts or the content creators. They have joined the edtech. These are some of the students, those who have been successful in getting the placements in these areas. We have also been students who had qualified the UGC net and are working as teacher educators in different institutions, in colleges, and in different colleges in Punjab and or other states. If I talk about the LPU rankings, we are ranked at number 3 in India in terms of the self-finance category in the Atal Ranking Institution for Innovation and Achievement. In Times at Higher Education Impact Factor Global Rankings 2021, we are second in India and among the top 200 global universities. In NRF 2021, we are among the top 200 Indian universities, and Z has ranked us as 11th best university in terms of the placement. Talking about the vision of the school, we want to be internationally renowned, top ranking teacher education school for providing outcome based and research oriented education along with competencies to develop higher order thinking, life skills, and entrepreneurship, to groom professionals with the capacity of transformational leadership and global capacity. Translating this vision into mission, we are into to prepare global competent educators and teacher educators through pedagogical innovation, internships, and industry collaboration, so that they may be able to appropriately instruct, mentor, and motivate students in the multicultural environment. We train educators to develop higher order thinking and delivering outcome-based education. The other mission is to build research capabilities to address the contemporary issues of teaching learning through impactful projects and dissertations, incorporating digital technology in the teaching learning process through the use of softwares, and to groom transformational leaders and entrepreneurs through activities and opportunities aimed at holistic development. We are having the recognitions from NCTE for all our programs, and we are having a membership of GERA, Global Educational Research Association, All India Association for Educational Research, and also the Indian Science Congress. The department is offering different programs after 10 plus 2 as well as after graduation and post graduation. After 10 plus 2, we have integrated BA, BEd, and BSc BEd. After the graduation, we have BEd and MA education. After BEd, we have the after post graduation, we have the integrated BEd MEd, and after BEd, we have the MEd program along with the PhD program for the higher education. Coming to the core strengths of the department, we are focusing on the technology usage to make graduates future ready, particularly for the e-learning industry. Again, exposing them to software for research and school management. The curriculum of the postgraduate programs are mapped with the UGC net so that they may be able to qualify the UGC net in their first or second attempts. Guest lectures and workshops from the academicians and industry experts is a regular feature. Active assistant for arranging internships with stipend and placements. Then additional courses on life skills, digital marketing, and instructional design are being given in order to make their presence felt either as the edupreneurs or or in the industry as instructional designers. Active guidance to facilitate research publications by students and access to online research databases like JGate for conducting quality researches. For instructional designing EdTech profiles, we have the courses on instructional designing, workshop on e-content development, and e-learning resource development as capstone. The careers that you can go after going from a program from at LPU, you can go for schools and colleges teaching on becoming the online educators, becoming the instructional designers, or content writers, storyboard writers, educational consultant, YouTuber, test developer, or textbook writer. We have a placement highlights in terms of that we have achieved 5 lakh highest salary package. We are able to provide 15,000 monthly internship stipend, and 10 plus students has got placements in EdTech companies. 26 plus students are working on OJTs, and these are the students those who are working as assistant trainers. Some of the glimpses of their at different places from Srinagar, from Kashmir, from Nawashehar, from Ludhiana, from Roped, etc., and also from the other states like Doaba College. This Akash from Bihar, Ismail in Afghanistan. Similar, there are more students from Nigeria. They are working as the educators. Then coming to the research highlights, I had already talked about 75 plus PhD scholars are enrolled in the PhD. 225 plus research paper publications are there. Internship case studies have been conducted. About 420 plus workshops have been conducted, and also the 2 patents have been granted to the department faculty. These are the glimpses of some of the research and innovation that we have. The article published in American Educational Research Association magazine, that is SSRL Times magazine publication. Then we are organizing regularly the conferences or seminars at our department. There are workshops also going on for the learning of the training of the researchers that is also a feature of our department. We have the industrial tie-up for story writing and video production skills with the TREL, and also we have recently done a MOU with University of Lords, Poland for tie-up in research, students and faculty exchange, as well as guest lectures. We have a department having a very diverse community, which is 25 plus students from 25 plus states and students of 10 plus countries studied at our department. This is the School of Education activities wherein the foreign students are part and parcel of the activities. And also these are the glimpses of the 2022 community projects that have been conducted physically by the students in at different places, keeping into consideration of the guidelines. If I talk about this recent 2020 results, 3 students from MED qualified the UGC net. All 3 had done it. Similarly, from BEd, 3 had qualified. So if I talk about the CTED, around 28 students had qualified the CTED from BEd and integrated programs. Then we have our star alumni as Upma Mahajan and Rupali Sandeep Saini, who have been awarded from various agencies as well as organizations, and also the from the state governor. Now, I would like to request you to go on the social media handles of the department to know about the department more, and they are from all different angles, either from YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, then the Instagram or the Facebook. You can go through these channels and you will be able to uh, hear about a lot of news that is regularly being updated at the School of Education, Lovely Professional University. So with this, I end my presentation. Now over to you, Ruby, for the further proceedings of and also handling the students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision and So we have with us our alumni, Ms. Naina Sharma. So I would request you to interact with her and ask her about the experience. If she wants to share some kind of inspiring story to our attendees, so it would be welcome. So Naina ma'am, can you hear us? Naina ma'am, can we have you with us?
Yes. Am I audible, Miss Ruby? Good afternoon to everyone.
Yes,
Good
you are.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Very
Yes,
good
you are.
afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, Nana. It's very nice that you have agreed to join us on this admission webinar. Uh, Coming directly to the point, we would like to know about from you that how was your experiences at LPU. So I would start with the query that what led you to join LPU when you were thinking about your B.Ed or the master's program.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, I would like to say that it is my privilege that I am being a part of this program organized by you, the webinar. And I first and foremost is the inspiring education system which was provided by Lovely, not right now, just from the beginning, we can say. It was very well imparting education sector. The education which was imparted there, it was like ranked, and people, those learners, the students, those who were associated with the university, they were highly educated and experienced, and we can say there was a vision right from the beginning to make the learners, make the students ready for the coming era, or we can say the post covid situation which we faced now. I could say proudly that we were almost prepared for those things. Like my batch was 2009, 10. In those days only we were much affected and much better taught in the university.
Thank you, Nana. Uh, I would like to further know about that. What are the things that you still remember about your journey at LPU while you were pursuing the program?
It was the fond memories of my. It is said that the school days are called the best days, but I would also like to add here that my university days were the best days, and it was all due to you teachers. Hats off to all of you, especially to you, Vijay sir, because under you, all the teachers, all the students, we were so at ease and comfortable. We were coming around with our whatever doubts we were having, whatever some sort of problems we can say, whether it was health wise, whether it was, because I personally faced it and you were the one to help me by all means, sir. And the education which was imparted was no doubt excellent, and the workshops, seminars, as I said, that we were trained in such a well manner, and the vision which I saw that teachers gave us, and the one thing which was like all their words were the pearls of wisdom, which are very very useful for us, and I feel personally blessed. I can say only one word for that: my experience there, my memories are very very fond memories in the university.
Nana, we would also like to request you to share your good memories, happy moments at LPU during your stay at the department.
Yes, definitely, sir. In the education department, the first thing which I was very much impressed was that the women empowerment everybody talk about, but in LPU really it means, and it can be seen at every step. It's not that only the professors, the teachers were there behind us, even the teaching staff, non-teaching staff, each one of them, there were so many people around to help us. And I would like to say Rashmi ma'am, she is a role model. What we just say that women empowerment, but there I really saw that how they were helping the different sections of women to come up, and the way they were training not only the learners, the students. Teachers were sent to different countries, and they were coming from there with learning different programs, and that was a great help. They were sharing our experiences to us, and that I would count like it was um, immense valuable, we can say. What we've learned from that was beyond the time, and still it is what I feel, sir. So those moments were like the best moments. There was a very healthy competition among the students, and teachers were inculcating the good values in us. It was very very healthy atmosphere, studying, learning, and there was a lot to learn from each one there.
Thank you, Nana. Uh, what is your viewpoint on the teachers at the department level in the university?
I would really like to appreciate the way teachers take the pain there, sir. What we used to see, how much hard work they were doing for us. All the teachers were so resourceful. Whenever we used to go, we used to learn so many things from them. We always saw them, means like uh, they were always doing something or the other, how to give us the best education, how to impart the best education. By all means, they were always learning new things. And technology wise, I must say that each one of them was inspiring us and motivating us through while we were learning there. There were a lot of online learning was boosted that time also, to bring a boost, and like for make it their teaching more effective, to robust it. And online learning was like that was a different experience, and it was towards the digital learning they were transforming us. Truly they were like, I must say, sir, that online learning was set to continue for growing massively over the next decade. Now, if we talk about late 10 years, if I talk about that time, I feel they prepared us beforehand, and this all credit goes to our worthy teachers, all our worthy teachers. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Nana.
for that.
You. One more question I would like to ask to for the guidance of the audience of today's webinar. What things you would like to suggest to the future educators, that what skills they should definitely acquire in order to be like you and become a principal in a very short span of time in the
Uh,
teaching career?
this is all.
This will be a great help for them to understand that what needed to be there as the abilities or the competences to become principal.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, it is a privilege for me. Well, I must say that hard work and discipline is much needed. And of course, your talent and skills should be developed wisely. And for that, one has to take very good care of the education. They have to not only like just learn or go for namesake. And now today here we are discussing about the higher education technology, the use of technology. And earlier also I have said that the emerging trends in education is based on the technology itself. So each one of us, even if I am working as a principal, I have to upgrade myself. I'm very privileged, I always say. After so many years also, I feel I'm very well connected with you, sir, and with other faculties of our education department, and they always guide us whenever we feel like any doubt is there, any queries is there, we straightforward come to you. And this is really, I would like to say the audience that such a wonderful teachers you will never get, I haven't met in my life. And I really want to be, whenever I feel, I remember the day I was in need, and I don't know whether I should say it or not, sir. You will, how do you feel personally? I was very sick, and at that time I was about to leave the course, but you were the one, Vijay sir. You took special permission from Dean ma'am, and I appeared in the exam. I was not so well prepared also, but all you faculty members helped by all means to me, and I did so well. And whatever I am today, I feel like it is a blessing. But I would like to say the audience that online learning and education in the technology is a set of continuous growing, and it is needed massively over the for our next decade. As this we can say that has a lot of potential to revolutionize the traditional teaching. Even I am a student of a convent school, and we have been with the nun sisters, but now the time has changed. When I see to our own convents and schools, the sisters are learning the new techniques, and they are so well groomed themselves that this is also very inspiring. And so traditional teaching and learning process, everything is being revolutionized, and it can eliminate the barriers of education, and the barriers to education imposed by space and time has dramatically expanded its access to lifelong learning. And of course, we know that teaching is a process of lifelong learning, and students are no longer have to meet in the same place at the same time to learn together from an instructor, because now the opportunities for communication and collaboration for using educational tools, it has made it quite easy. And such programs conducted and practical through digital tools and software, it helps us a lot to learn. And Google and so many data collection programs are there for. And as you have already mentioned just now, sir, there are so many means by which we can take our learning beyond the classroom, and that helps a lot through seminars, labs, workshops, well equipped labs as we have got in our time. So now though I can understand in our education department, much more new technology and much more new innovative things must you people must be giving to the students. And I feel like the students should use it wisely and should convert this opportunity into a reward, because teachers are so resourceful and they are getting such a place, such a university they are getting, where they are being provided with such a wonderful way of teaching and learning. And as you have already mentioned, sir, that we were having those language labs and ICT resources, and for now to more further things they are getting digitally, and research based journals, libraries, so many things are there, and they should utilize it wisely and learn very nicely and be disciplined, and they should think what they have to do. And I feel teaching is a lifelong learning process, and once we are an educator, we are learning our life, whole life, what I feel. So
Thank you, Nana. Thank you. Over to you,
welcome.
Ruby, for further questions to the panelists.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Miss Nana Sharma, for sharing your views, your experience. It's wonderful hearing you. So thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege.
Thanks so much. So, sir, we have few queries from our attendees. So, can we take up those queries? All
Sure.
right, sir. Okay, sir. So there is a query from Gurmeher. She wants to know that how LPU supports the student for achieving better placement after the completion of the course.
Yes, we provide the placements to the students in terms of firstly, I would just want to share, Gurmeher, it is not just the placement support, we make you prepare for the placements. There is a professional enhancement program, what we call in short form as PEP. That is a program which help you to prepare yourself for everything, starting from your interview skills, your curriculum vitae, your video resume, your questioning for a specific organization, your for group discussion, for kind of a subject matter testing, for everything you are being prepared in terms of the type of companies or schools that are coming for the placement. You will be groomed for that, and you will be helped for that, and a support will be provided in order to prepare for the particular organization.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
That,
Thank you so
that is
much,
the
sir.
only way that we have been able to get such placements. We are one of the very, I would not be very proud in saying that we have been able to achieve very well industry oriented trends in terms of the placements. We are having the achieve the 40,000 salary target for the fresher, which you will not find even in the, you try to search, the freshers are not getting that much salary, but we have been able to achieve. So this is the area wherein the university is recognized. So we are here for placements. So those who want the placements, they will be definitely doing the hard work and will getting the placements. Thank you, Ruby.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have a live example of our placement, Ms. Nana Sharma. She is the successful example that we have in front of us today. So good, Meher. Your query must have been resolved now. And so there's another query from Prakhar. He wants to know that he wants to go abroad after the completion of the course. So what skills LPU teaches to be successful, to be a student successful at any platform and in any country, any place?
Prakhar, if I talk about the master's program that you are going to pursue at LPU, number one, your master's program is going to be recognized in many of the countries. And you will have to just go for a certification, a kind of a bridge course in order to be your degree as recognized. This is the first advantage of going into an education program. The number two is that regarding your personality skills to go for study abroad, the number one is that your grooming in terms of as a professional, as a teacher educated, and also if I talk about specifically with respect to your MEd program, you will be groomed for a kind of the personality in terms of the subject knowledge that will be totally coming up in the sector of education. Number one. Number two, you can act as curriculum developer, you can act as a manager, you will be able to do the roles of the teacher educator or teacher at school, and you will be trained for all these things, and you will be able to guide the students in order to go for that how to teach or like that. Your pedagogical expertise is going to be very great and in terms of that. You will be able to create certain kind of a evaluation tools, like for example the achievement test, for example the rubrics, for example the assignments, creating assignments, the using the software for data analysis, having the publications in the Scopus journals. Now these all achievements will make your resume look like a professional resume, and you will be doing your community project with the reputed NGOs, and this all is going to give a great weightage whenever you will be going for a study abroad option for your PhD program.
Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Mr. Pankaj Vij. So over to you, sir, for admission part of the university.
I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes,
Great. Okay. So allow me to start the presentation. And as far as the presentation goes, first of all, I like to start on a very positive note. The positive note is that the year was 2020 when we had to, when there was when the Tokyo Olympics had to happen, but did not happen owing to the pandemic thing. But then in 2021, the Tokyo Olympics happened, and Tokyo Olympics, some of our brave hearts participated, and they brought laurels to the university. So you talk about a person like Bajrang Punia, you talk about a person like Neeraj Chopra. All these people are our own students. So I start on a very positive note that LPU is not only known for creating academicians or researchers, but sports people as well. Moving on. Okay, what can you expect when it comes to the campus life? This is what you can expect when you come to the campus. The year was 2019, and we inaugurated, or we hosted, the 106th edition of the Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by none other than the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Dalai Lama was here. His Holiness the Dalai Lama was here a few years ago, giving away degrees in yet another convocation ceremony. Two former presidents of India and Afghanistan sharing the same stage and giving away degrees to the students. Former Union Minister of India of Finance, late Sri Arun Jaitley was here a few years back. He inaugurated a startup school. 2018, the convocation ceremony was the chief guest of the occasion was the Vice President of India, and he gave away degrees to students. Kauhar Gopal Das was here, not only politicians but intellects like him also throng the campus, and they interact with students, parents, and the faculty members. Well, these people also come to the campus. The real heroes, who are the real heroes of our young generation, they also throng the campus. So overall, that's the kind of campus life exposure that a student can expect when he or she comes to the university. Talking about the infrastructure is a very important part of education. And let me give you a few glimpses of the infrastructure of LPU. Well, this is a marvel of building, 14 blocks joined back to back, housing the central library of the university and a few other departments. The auditorium having a capacity of 2,500 people in a single row. Laboratories, what you're seeing right now is a computer lab, and we've got a whole lot of them within the university. Libraries, there are ample lot of libraries within the university. We have got a central library, and each department has its own library. So this is a RFID generated automated library. The heart of the campus has a mall in it, and let me take you inside the mall. That's the sneak peek into the mall. It's got problem stores where students purchase their stuff. It houses a fully equipped gymnasium, and if you're a health freak, well then that's the place to be. It's got quite a few recreational facilities such as the bowling alleys. God forbid any student falls ill. If some student falls ill, then we are ready. We've got a university hospital within the university. It's a 25-bed hospital with resident doctors, medical staff, sports staff, even a dental chair at the disposal of our students. That's an outdoor auditorium that we have got within the campus. A panoramic view of the university. It's a very clean and very green university that we have got. Owing to this particular thing, we have been ranked amongst the top 10 cleanest universities in India. A night vision of the university. Well, let me tell you something about the sports complex that we have got over here. We have got Olympic-size all-weather swimming pool. You name a court, you get it. Even a shooting range. Courts such as badminton, volleyball, basketball, you get everything. Even a squash court is at your disposal. So that's the panoramic view. That's the aerial view of our sports complex, the indoor sports complex. This is where we produce our champions. Moving further, let me just talk about the residential facility. A residential facility at LPU is mammoth. It's a big one. More than 20,000 students and faculty members can put up together in this campus. 2020-21 was it was pandemic year, so couldn't help it much. But this is the kind of augmentation that we have got when it comes to residential facility. These are some of the other amenities that we have got, like banks, ATMs. It's a complete Wi-Fi campus. We have got a post office and gymnasium and so on and so forth. So this is the kind of residential facilities that we have got at LPU. Now, let me just take you to the website, and just give me a moment. This is the website. I'm sorry. So if you have to search the eligibility criteria or the fee structures or something like that on the website, all you need to do is log on to lp.in. You log on to lp.in, you go to, just give me a moment, please. I'm sorry. Okay, so you go to admissions. Once you go to admissions, you have to search a program. Say if it's a after 12th program, you go over here and just search a program. If it's a after graduation program that you're searching for, you go over here and you search a program over here. So after 12, say for example, I have to search some program for education. I go over here to the regular program. I click it over here. And it takes me to the next page, which gives me all the disciplines that we are offering at LPU. So this is education first column, second last option. So I just click it over here and it shows me that we have got an integrated BA B.Ed program and an integrated BSc B.Ed program. Let's take a look at the integrated BA B.Ed program. So I just click it over here and then I scroll down a little bit, and this is the eligibility. The eligibility of the program, the BA B.Ed integrated program, has its eligibility as pass with 50% marks in aggregate in senior secondary or 12th or equivalent. So that's the eligibility criteria. I want to know the fee structure. I go on top, I click it over here, and I just give me a moment. Okay, so from here I can find out the fee structure, and I can also find out the scholarships from here. So I just click it over here and it shows me the fee structure. I can once again click over here and get to know about the scholarship. So all the informations are there when it comes to details of eligibility, fee, and scholarship. If you want to know more about the programs, if you want to know a detailed, in-depth information regarding the programs, you can always call us on our numbers. I'm going to share the numbers with you. Please call us on 01824517000. You can write to us on admissions@lpu.co.in, or you can visit us for eligibilities, fee structures, and scholarships on www.lpu.in. So the students can take a snapshot of this particular slide and they can contact us through these details. I guess that's all from my side. Back to you, Ruby.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed information about the admission part. So, with this, we'll conclude our today's webinar, which was on the topic opportunities in higher education in EdTech era. So, experts, thank you so much. Your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful evening for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I would like to thank you for your insightful presentation, and I hope the information provided in this webinar will be valuable for the attendees to make a better decision regarding admission. So thank you everyone, attendees. I enjoyed bringing this session to you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much. So until next time, I will begin sign off.